Okay, I'm gonna try to simplify something on my shirt. Bulk meal prep as easy as possible with a lot of background noise and a lot of chaos. Because if I can do this with 4 kids in the house, technically a 5th with the big kid, Vaughn, then you should be able to do this. So first I'm going to start with, let me flip over. I'm going to start by cutting up my potatoes. I'm going to steam my broccoli, and then I have water going for tortellini. So this is like kind of my start. And then I'm going to start some ground turkey and just brown that plain, and I will be back when I get that going. Okay, tortellini is going, broccoli is being steamed. I measured out some rice and water. I typically set the rice to the side here because I don't know about you, but I will forget how much water I put in my pan, and then I mess up the rice every single time. So it's just easier for me to get my water boiling, and then I will put my rice in a separate container ready to go. I have Brussels sprouts that are going to be cut up next. I have 2 bags, so I will cut those up while everything kind of over here is going. Then I have my meat browning. So let's recap here. I have potatoes going in the oven. I have water getting ready to boil for rice. My tortellini is going. What else do I have? Oh, and broccoli. So I kind of have a lot going on, but they're kind of staged, so not everything gets done at the same time. So I will show you what I do after this. I'm going to add a disclaimer on here. Sorry, choked on water. I'm going to add a disclaimer that I have been doing this for years. So this comes kind of by second nature, but it did take a lot of practice and time and patience. I have burnt my nipple, yes, multiple times doing this. So I recommend wearing a shirt and not nursing your baby while doing this. So if you do this the first time and you screw up, it is normal and it happens, but practice with anything makes things easier and a lot more doable. Okay, so the first thing that I did was dump my tortellini water, because that is going to be done first. So once I do that, I will put it in the pan, and then I will check my broccoli real quick to see if that's done. So that's kind of how I juggle those two. All right, I just dumped the broccoli, and so why I like to do the order of pasta and broccoli is so when I dump the pasta, I already have my strainer ready for my broccoli, so it's just one less thing that I have to get out, get ready, or wash in between. Once I dump my broccoli, I notice that my water is boiling for my rice, so I'm going to go ahead and turn this down a little bit, then pour in my rice. And I'm going to cover and let that sit. So now that my rice is kind of simmering, my meat is still browning, I'm going to worry about my Brussels sprouts now because I have about 13 minutes left on my potatoes. All right, the potatoes are done. I have water boiling for hard-boiled eggs, and then I'm going to throw in my Brussels sprouts into the oven. My taco meat is simmered and ready to be transferred into a container. I'm going to split my next 3-pound package of turkey. I'm going to do meatballs in this one, and then I'm browning this one up for a homemade hamburger helper. I have my eggs going, and then I have this water for my noodles for the homemade hamburger helper. My meatballs are ready to go in the oven. I have maybe like 10 minutes left on my Brussels sprouts, 10 minutes left on my eggs, and my water for the other set of noodles is ready to go. I also prefer to do my breakfast. As you can see, I'm going to do 3 whole eggs and then 3 egg whites. I like to do that Sunday night for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, and then on Wednesday I will do Thursday and Friday, and sometimes Saturday, depending on what our schedule is going to be. Homemade hamburger helper is done. I usually use elbow noodles, but I totally forgot that we were out, so I made do with what we had. Oh, so I went to go nurse Axel down But first I brushed his teeth, and then I looked at myself in the mirror and realized I had like broccoli in my teeth. So I'm certainly hoping it wasn't there the entire time I was making these videos for you. Anyways, at least I didn't burn a nipple today. So we're winning. I pulled my meatballs, and of course I had to eat one. And then I peeled my eggs. So I will kind of show you, once I get organized here, what I like to do is put my dirty dishes in the sink and kind of clear counter space off for me to put my meals together. So I will show you how I do that. For meal number one, I get my Tupperware ready, and then I separate my pile. Fawn's, the kids are over here. I'm not currently measuring out food. I feel like there's a time and a place for that. But right now with nursing, it is not the right time. So I just kind of scoop, I'm going to guess like maybe a cup and a half of the pasta, and then however much broccoli I am feeling. I went over a year without eating anything green, so I'm kind of easing my way into eating healthier. So that is what I'll do for meal number one until the whole entire like frying pan over there is empty, and then I'm going to go into meal two. Meal number two, which was my meatballs, made a smaller batch because I split that 3-pound ground turkey up. So I only made one for Vaughn, and then the rest of these are for me because I'm kind of obsessed with them right now. I did choose to put some spicy barbecue on there, which will also help me eat my green vegetables. Yuck. But I'm going to give it a shot. Meal number three is the tacos. I leave mine kind of bare because I will add my avocado and lettuce. I think that's pretty much all I eat in these. Vaughn likes different stuff on his, and then I like, don't judge me, this disgusting liquid cheese. So I will top mine with that. So basically my taco bowls are done. For the kids, Knox likes his in actual shells, so I save a container for him and then piece his together so the shells don't get soggy. And I'll do that probably on Tuesday because that's when he likes to have his. So putting together meal number four, I have my tortellini with peas. We kind of ran out of vegetables, so we opted for a quick, easy one instead of running back to the store.